video for you about the top 5 Catholic children's books that I own. A couple of these are new, so I'm really excited to share these with you. And I just want you to know that this is a collab started by Michelle over at Common Life. And if you are a Catholic mom, especially if you are a Catholic homeschooler, Michelle has an amazing array of videos, lots of content on there. She's super awesome. And so make sure that you go check out her video, as well as all the other Catholic YouTubers that are participating in this collab. It should be a good one, and you'll recognize a lot of them from our summer book club. With that being said, let's dive into my top 5. So the first one that I absolutely love, and this is awesome for little kids, is Matthew Kelly's I Know Jesus. This book is so sweet. And you know, I just discovered Matthew Kelly recently, but apparently he's a big name in Catholicism, and so I'm reading Dynamic Catholic right now. This is his children book, and I don't know if he has more than these, but this is the one that I got, and it says, I know Jesus. And so when you open up, you know, it has this very sweet, every page starts with, I know Jesus, he's my friend. And, you know, I talk to him each morning as I get out of bed. I do love this one, you know, I know Jesus, he's my friend. I visit him at church on Sunday with my family, because as Catholics, you know that Jesus is actually present in our chapels and our churches, and so we really are visiting Jesus. When we drive by our church, we always say, hi Jesus, because that's just a nice thing to do, to let Jesus know that you care and that you're aware that he's there. And then this one's super sweet about kissing him goodnight before you go to bed. Love that one. And then this one's really nice and talks about him wanting to go to heaven. So, very sweet board book, and I will pin it down below. Very sweet. The second one I want to talk about, which I feel like every good Catholic family has to have, a children's Bible. And since we are working our way through this children's Bible, I wanted to share that it is currently one of my top 5 Catholic children's books. We just really love it. The imagery is very beautiful. The writing is well done. And what I particularly love about this Bible, we have just worked our way through the Old Testament, and almost every single story correlated the Old Testament with Jesus and salvation and, you know, the New Testament and the church. And so that was really nice to have that extra kind of connection being made. I highly suggest, if you don't have a children's Bible, and even if you do, if you don't love it, this one is really, really, really well done. So I will pin it down below. And it's the New Catholic Picture Bible. All right, my third selection is actually a whole collection of books. And these are the 26 new St. Joseph picture books. And it says, A Golden Treasury of the Catholic Faith. Now, there are a lot of these guys, and you can buy them individually for about $3 per book if you buy them new, like on Amazon. But it has an amazing, I'm just gonna show you, like foundation of books. You have books on God, you have books on saints, you have the 10 Commandments, here's a Catholic prayer book for children. And what is amazing about all of these books is that they are perfect to take to Mass. So if you still have a little one who needs like something to look at before Mass starts, or possibly during the homily or during the offertory, you know, because little kids just they can't grasp every single section of the Mass well. And so obviously if you take one to Mass, then they are just super like, sweet little books. They don't weigh much, and you know, you're still kind of leading them down that path towards Jesus while they're at Mass. And then these are great also, like my daughter is going to receive her sacraments this year, and so a few of them are really, really geared towards that. I think there's maybe one that I want to get that doesn't have, this one I really like, The Joy of Being a Catholic Child. So I suggest getting the kit. I think it was about $26 or $28 for the entire box. Lots of saint books, Catechism, the Mass. Now this is literally like a missal for children that she can follow along with this. And then here's a spiritual rosary for rosary items, precepts of the church. Again, just, you can't get any better than that. I literally haven't explored every single book yet, because I really feel like these would be really good to work into like a morning time, or like your catechism hour, or whatever you have at your home, or even taking out a book on Sundays and kind of spending a little bit extra time on catechizing your children. Never go wrong with that. Okay, so now I got 2 new books. I'm really excited to share them. The first is a chapter book by our favorite author, Lisa M. Hendy. If you guys are, ladies, if you have done the book club with me, you'll know, or anybody who's done the book club with me, you'll recognize her name. So she actually has a set of like chapter books, and they're called Chime Travelers. And this one is The Secret of the Shamrock. It is the first one. And as far as so far, it's been mainly about the little boy whose name is Patrick, and then he has a twin sister named Katie. And in this one, they end up going to Ireland, or at least he does. We have not read it, finished it, but I got this for my daughter for her birthday because she was asking for adventure stories, but specifically Catholic adventure stories. And so I am actually on the hunt for any kind of chapter book that you know of that is Catholic, because my daughter is very highly into our faith. Like, she just absolutely loves being Catholic, and she really wants to absorb everything Catholic, and she really wants things to be Catholic. And if they're not Catholic, it kind of annoys her. So if you know of any literature, I do know there's another like series as well. I think I have like one of the books in my Amazon Save for Later cart. But this one I definitely suggest. It's good. It's I'll show you the inside so you can kind of get the reader level. But what I was thinking is that possibly we would read this one together, and then she would pick up the second one on her own, because I've heard that's a strategy with a lot of parents with reading. However, there are some, not big words, but we're still working through our phonics. So words like protection might not be like something my daughter is quite ready for, but they're short chapters, and they do have pictures in here. So yeah, so I would say first, second grade, second, third grade, something like that. I can't remember exactly. It says juvenile fiction. I will pin this below, but these are really, really nice, and I was just really excited to find something like this for my daughter. And my son, who's 4, is really enjoying listening to this story too. Okay, the final book I have, I'm actually really excited about. The Queen of Angels Catholic Store in Jacksonville, Florida sent it to me. I gave it to them in the backseat of the car, and they were fighting over like who got to hold it, and we're devouring it. And I had no idea this existed. So, are you guys ready? Okay, it is the Catechism of the 7 Sacraments, but it is all Legos. So if you guys are, kids are a fan of Legos and they're Catholic, this is the book for you. This is a hardback book, it's very well done, and I will show you the insides, but can you guys see that like Jesus is holding the Eucharist right there? Like, look at that. I mean, that's pretty darn cool. I mean, that's probably supposed to be like the Last Supper. As far as I can tell, I haven't read the whole thing, is these 2 people are kind of chit-chatting about the Catholic faith, and I can't remember if they're both Catholic or maybe one's just talking, but so they'll go through things like, here's Jesus, right? But then this is Passover. So it you know, it's the Catechism. So it's gonna teach you things. It's not just a Bible. So what I wanted to do, I'll go through and tell you what is in here. So it says, the Eucharist, grace and the sacraments, 10 plagues, the Passover, the 4 cups, Moses and Jesus, institution of the Eucharist, covenants, new and everlasting covenant, the bread of life discourse. That was a really fun thing to pull out during the weeks that we were doing the bread of life discourse, so I could just kind of read that to them, and they got kind of an idea of what we're talking about at Mass. Feeding the 5,000, the Holy Eucharist, the Mass, 4 types of prayers, Mary, the new Ark of the Covenant, Mary, the new Eve, Jesus, the fruit of the tree of life, intercession of Mary, the Rosary, how to pray in the Rosary. Oh my gosh, it goes on and on and on. Okay, so you got baptism, reconciliation, confirmation, marriage, holy orders, anointing of the sick. Like, look at this. They have like little Legos of like the 10 Commandments. And so everything is a Lego. Here is, I think this is a priest taking his vows. And anyway, it's so good. And my kids just devoured it. And they did so good. I mean, look at that. They just did so good. I don't even know how they came up with all these Legos and made all this. My kids like want to find, you know, holy Legos now to play with. I don't even know like how we would find this stuff, but it is by Kevin and Mary O'Neill, and they deserve a round of applause because it is a great book. So if you have kiddos, especially like, I don't know, like 6 to 10 or something, this is so great. So I will link the Queen of Angels bookstore, Catholic store down below so that you guys can head over there and check out this book for yourself. And if you are there shopping already, make sure you check out the other 2 videos I have about the products from the Queen of Angels bookstore, because if you're there already, you might as well shop around and grab some things that are unique to their store. So those are my top 5 Catholic books right now for kiddos, and I would absolutely love it if you would tell me some of your favorite books. I am always like up for books. Books are one of my weaknesses in terms of wanting to buy stuff and keeping my minimalism lifestyle going. Books are my weakness. It's a good thing there's a Kindle, but I haven't cleaned my Kindle out in a few years. So with that being said, you guys, make sure you check out the other ladies' videos. God bless, have a beautiful day. Make sure you like this video if you did. Subscribe to my channel if you're new here. I would love that. And make sure you ring the notification bell if you don't want to miss a video. So with that being said, have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.